What's up, guys? So I'm at PFI right now. Finally found some time to work on the MR2, and I was here last night and we got a lot of stuff done on this, and I didn't really film much of it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and explain what we did. I thought it was gonna be a long process to get this thing wired up, but it was actually really simple. So for those of you who are interested in how this thing wired all up, all we had to do was, this is the factory like little fuse box in the back that comes on the MR2. So this is stock with the MR2, and the longest part was just me sitting in the car with the clutch in, turning the key, trying to start it, and then Brent was back here with a test light trying to find which pin is activated by that, so which one is actually sending power like to the starter. And then once we found that, we just hooked a relay to it, because if we just had the wire going straight to the starter wire, which is right here, that would just fry a fuse because the starter draws a lot of amps. So we have a relay right here going to this red wire down right there, and that is actually the factory MR2 wire that sends the starter signal. So that goes to the relay, and then that just goes to the starter wire, which just fell off because we just have them twisted together right now. So as far as turning the car over with the key, that's all it took. So that's taken care of. The relay's in for that. This yellow and black wire is for the alternator. So this one right here is coming from the Honda alternator, and there's normally 4 pins on the factory plug, and we only need 1 of them because we just have to power it on, and that's all we need, I guess. So I just learned all this from Brent too, so don't think I just know all this. So we got this wire off the alternator going to the factory. They also happen to have the same color wire too, so it was super easy. So this is another switched ignition right there for the alternator from the factory Toyota harness, and we just twisted that in right there. So the alternator should be good like that, and that's really it for the engine bay. Then we just put the stock harness on, plugged as many of the sensors in as we could, and that should be all taken care of. And for the back of it, where the computer is, all we had to do right here is I just have these plugged in to the computer from the Honda harness, and then this plug right here, we just had to cut 3 wires, these 2 right there, and then there's like this little black one in the corner, and then just tie all those together, and then those just go to another switched ignition off the factory MR2 harness. And then that's pretty much it. The ECU gets power when I turn the key on, and everything is plugged in. All the sensors are hooked up for the most part, and that should be all it needs to start. So I did not film any of this last night, but we actually got it done pretty fast. We also did make a couple grounds here and there, and as you can see, there's a turbo manifold just kind of resting on there. I just found that laying around, so he didn't care if I bolted that on there. So we're gonna try to fire it over today, and hopefully this thing starts up.
Not a Honda key.
Oh, it's up here.
What's that?
Yeah, that's for my Odyssey.
Are you ready?
Yeah. All right, hold on. Yeah, let me see that. Can you think you can open that real quick? The throttle? It's right here. Push it.
Which way?
Gotta go down. Yeah. Alright, try that. I didn't get much in there. Aw, she's getting weak.
Give her a little battery.
Alright. Huh, it runs. Yeah, it does not like running off the injectors though. Likes running off starter fluid though. So as you guys just saw right there, it does run, but it was only running off starter fluid. The injectors weren't really giving it gas, even though they are firing. We checked it like with a little Noid light. All the injectors are trying to fire, but they're just not giving it enough fuel or something. So we plugged in the Honda to Brent's laptop right here, and it turns out that tune that this computer originally had was for like almost 1,000 cc injectors. They were like 900 cc's. They're actually 880 cc's, so that's probably one of the reasons why those injectors aren't firing right. And so I just went ahead and put in a stock K20 tune, and I added some fuel, and we've been messing with it for a little bit, and I did get it to run, but it only runs for just a couple seconds and then it dies out, which I will show you guys right now. But now it is running on its own gas, so it takes it a second to start up too. So and then it dies, but it does run. And as you can see, none of the instrument cluster gauges are hooked up. I'll probably be running some sort of race pack or something like that, but it does run. So from here, we just gotta pretty much get a good tune on it, make sure everything's plugged in good, and she'll be running good pretty soon. But there's still a lot more things I need to worry about. I still have to get axles, get a shift linkage, do coolant lines, and hook up the clutch, and I'm sure there's some other things I'm missing, but it does run, and it's getting there. So as you can see, I just kind of threw a turbo on there just for fun, for mock-up. That's what it's gonna look like hopefully soon. Make some power, but she's getting there, guys. So we just pushed the MR2 out. It's gonna sit back there for a little bit until I can get some other things in. I still have to order like the shift linkages and figure out the axles and some other things like that, but I will be working on it again very soon, especially now that it runs. We got these guys over here putting together a B18. This was in, I don't think I ever had a video of your car, but
yeah, one of the dynos, yeah, one of the first ones.
Did I? Yeah, and it made like made like 475 at the time, but the oil pump went out on it, and so they're replacing that with a better one. And this is just a Eagle H-beam rods and JE pistons, stock sleeves, and they're just getting it back together right now, and they're going to be shooting for like 700 horsepower on the stock sleeves.
It already made 660 on it.
Yeah, made 660 as is, open deck.
That
no block guard.
No block guard, no nothing.
Yeah, that's a lot of power for stock sleeves.
So we're gonna put it back together and just show you guys what it could do on the dyno, just to prove that it has stock sleeves.
Yeah, just let me know when you guys throw it on the dyno, and I'll try to get that on video.
Cool, we'll do.
Cause that'd be pretty nuts.
Honda power.
Honda power. So I just got back, and Charlie freaking put underglow on his Geo. Green underglow. Oh shit. You're good, that was a jack. Oh, no, you're not good. Running over the engine stand.
Hell yeah.
He's gonna brake boost the fuck out of it, watch. Need for Speed Geo.